The State Department of Health launched a new statewide initiative that aims to improve everyone's health and well-being.
It's called Be Well Washington, and it works in collaboration with partners and communities to provide resources and opportunities too. Joining us to continue the conversation this morning is the man himself, the State Secretary of Health, Dr. Umair Shaw. Doctor, nice to have you with us today.
Hey, thanks for having me. What a great morning.
It is, and look at all the apples behind you as well, which is just awesome. So you guys announced this initiative last month, but we really want to get the word out about this. Expand on what exactly Be Well WA is.
Yeah, well, we've been impacted, all of us, by so many things across our communities over the last few years. And so what Be Well WA is really about is recognizing that impact and saying one of the things that also fell by the wayside for many of us, myself included, was our own health and the well-being of those around us. And so Be Well WA is focusing on all of us, all 8 million people across Washington. It's really an initiative that's designed to promote our health and our well-being. And I'm happy to talk about some of the pillars we have because it's really exciting.
And what was some of the inspiration behind this initiative? Where did the inspiration come from and how did it develop?
Well, our motto, as you aptly pointed out, is find your apple. So I think that's the key message, is find your apple. And we know there are things every single day that every single individual across our state can do for their own health and the health of those around them. And we want to promote that. We want people to be helping each other, inspiring each other. And really, I think one of the key messages for us is we have 4 pillars, and I'll mention them very quickly. One is movement. The other is nourishment, and that's a broad look at nourishment, not just what you eat or hydration, but also sleep and vitamins and all the things that make us healthier. The third is emotional well-being, really focusing on that. And number 4 is social connection. As you know, we have so many devices, and sometimes we can be more connected with somebody across the globe than we are with the person across the table. And so we want people to focus on movement, nourishment, emotional well-being, and social connection.
And Secretary, there's also some key partnerships that are making this possible. Talk about those.
Yeah, that was exciting. So we launched in downtown Seattle. In fact, in a couple of weeks, we're going to be launching as well in Spokane. We're really excited in Eastern Washington. And then downtown Seattle, we had our Special Olympics. Washington was there. We had AWS, Amazon World Services there. And we also had the Seattle Storm and representatives from a lot of our sports teams that were also in the audience. And not just that, we've got a whole host of folks that are, from the business community, as well as people that are really interested in promoting health and wellness across our state. Look, just a couple days ago, we had a conversation with the Seattle Seahawks, and they're just gearing up for the year. And one of the comments that we had was, look, when everybody is focusing on what's happening within the lines of the game, we want to also equally focus on what's happening with the fans across the stadium to make sure they're also healthy and doing everything they can to promote their own health. So it's just exciting, and we're just so excited to launch this.
Yeah, we see that Seahawks helmet behind you along with all of the apples. We love giving people some of those practical, tangible tips that they can incorporate into their day-to-day lives. What are some simple actions that we can all take right now to improve our overall well-being?
I think the first and foremost thing is just to think about it. Just think about, what does it mean to be healthy, right? What can I do when I wake up in the morning, right? It may be just a little something where you're gonna, instead of just going for something that may not be as healthy from an intake standpoint, you reach for the apple, or you go for water instead of a sugary drink, or you take a couple of extra steps, or if you're even in a chair, you're kind of doing your best to move your upper body, right? The kinds of that, put your phone down a bit and look at the person across from your kids, as well as maybe your furry friend, and really spend that time to connect with, all of these things, getting enough sleep at night, making sure that we are also taking the vitamins that help us. All of these things promote our health. All of these things promote our wellness. And if we don't start thinking about that, guess what? Today becomes tomorrow becomes the next day, and before we know it, gets past us. And that's what this is all about. Every single day, things where you can find your apple.
Focus on that every single day. We know we are in the midst of summer, but we know that fall is right around the corner, which means that both kids and adults need to get vaccinated. We know that some habits, including getting those vaccinations regularly, sort of fell off during the height of the pandemic. Any idea what the state is seeing now?
Yeah, well, we are seeing some increases across the state when it comes to COVID-19, right? We're still seeing the virus impacting people. You're probably seeing that, in your own friends and neighbors where they're saying, gosh, I tested and I got COVID-19, or I've got the sniffles. It's middle of summer and you're wondering it's not quite allergy. So what exactly is it? And that's what it is. So we want to make sure people are thinking that COVID is still there. So yes, COVID vaccines are recommended, as well as we want to make sure people are in the fall getting the flu shots and RSV vaccine especially for newborns and those who are pregnant or older individuals. And then finally, there are a lot of back to school immunizations that are going to be required for kids as they go back to school. We want to make sure that people are getting their kids into their providers' offices to get those vaccines. But in the process, they're talking to them about health and wellness, and they're also thinking about their own vaccines. There are so many things that we need to be doing as we get back into the fall and the swing of school and other things that will be happening this fall, including football and other kinds of fantastic, right? Apple Cup. I mean, there's there's so many ways to connect. I mean, I'm so excited about, apples. And, I have to, full disclosure, our family ran out of apples last night. So I woke up this morning, I was going to do this interview. I was like, I don't have any apples. So I had to run to the grocery store and grab an apple. So I'm excited about it, but I hope you will be too. And please go to our website, bewellwa.org, where you can find so many different things on how you can be active and healthy every single day.
All right. We know you got a Cosmic Crisp in that mix there too. All right. Thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate your time.
Thank you so much. And be healthy and be well.
Be well.